Yeah, I would say here domestically in Australia, the two superpower teams would be Honda and Yamaha, but nipping at their heels and trying their absolute best, the underdog team is without a doubt Empire Kawasaki. Haruki Yokoyama out of Japan, a two-time national Japanese motocross champion. So it's such a pleasure having him and his wife, of course, over here for Empire Kawasaki.
Here we go. CHAMPIO. The life of a champion.
I speak a little bit of English, but my wife couldn't speak much English, so just been really tough for living wise.
Dealing directly to Haruki instead of Haruka, we sort of ask Haruki what's going on and then he'll translate it, or we'll get up our phone and go into the app and translate it towards her, which that is a bit tricky, but they do a good job to communicate.
難しいね。そうだな、自分の国じゃないけど、喋れないなりに逆にもうなんか開き直っちゃって。
She's a really high-end profile mechanic. I've seen her, have an issue with a bike and strip a motor and work out exactly what's going on in a few hours. So from that level, she's really professional.
そうですね。もともと入るきっかけは。兄がファクトリーでメカニックをやってたっていうのがきっかけなんですけど、それなりにやっぱり女だから初めてだからいろいろ厳しいこともありましたし、悔しいこともたくさんありましたし、だからこそ他の男の子には負けないところもあるのかなって、他の人には負けないっていう自信があるっていうのはあります。あ、そういえばクラッチシール変えてるんよね。でエア抜きしてるけど、まだもし噛んでたら言って。
Motocross is my life and her as well. We'll talk on a motorcycle for 24/7 actually. It's really good.
夫っていうよりもライダーとしての方が強いかなって思います。
My first year doing Supercross racing, especially doing motocross for my whole career. Supercross, whole different story.
そうですね。あんまり緊張はしない方なんですけど、スーパークロスでこの間初めてスタジアムに行った時に、その時に初めて怖いなっていうのは感じました。怖さっていうよりも、やっぱり成績に残してほしいっていう思いの方が強くなりました。
Haruki Yokoyama, another good start for the Empire Kawasaki.
もっとお前ならいけるだろうっていう方が強いんですけど。
There is Haruki Yokoyama on that Kawasaki. It was something we saw in the Nationals. Always getting a great start. What a way to start tonight. Haruki Yokoyama has gone down and he has stuck his legs in a bad position.
He's holding that left shoulder, left arm. He comes through this foot section so fast.
Supercross for him was always going to be really, really tough. Having a reasonably short stature and super short legs, for him to try to get through a set of Supercross whoops is just difficult. You talk to Ricky Carmichael about his first couple of years trying to race Supercross with short legs, and I think he ended up off the side of the tough blocks more than he'd stayed on the track.
でもさっきの遅いのよりは全然いいと思う。
Haruki kind of approached Supercross whoops the same way that Ricky Carmichael did. Just like a bulldog, he just kept going at it and refused to give in.
$45の2、5番手タイムかな、多分。どう？
悪くないけど、スタートしてからのリズムが弾けるようになったから。
あ、そう。
まだ100%じゃないけど、なんか2、3の3が難 難しいね、最初の3を結構クリアしないと次の3が。
Border is sideways. We're getting underway with this one already. Wilson Todd, one of the fastest guys on track earlier on, the number 20. He does need himself a good start. And again, we see Haruki Yokoyama on that Kawasaki out early, but tucking around the inside there.
Fantastic job from this KTM rider out the head of the pack, but he's coming under siege from the Japanese rider. Haruki Yokoyama places himself around the outside and a brilliant passing move. Oh, a massive crash.
先にフロントがめっちゃ曲がってるから暑いから水出せないから。
As a kid in Japan, you grow up, you live, breathe and eat motocross outdoors. Supercross you only really get to see on TV. Any good outdoor motocross rider can hop onto a Supercross track and do it no problem whatsoever, have nice timing on the jumps.
Once again, Haruki Yokoyama has come out at the head of the pack.
But as soon as you throw in a technical set of whoops, that's what throws everything out of whack.
We see the 99 go around the outside of Haruki Yokoyama and already sits there in second place.
Well, I think the key issue for Haruki Yokoyama at the moment is that he's succumbed to trying to jump through the whoops.
So to try to learn the craft of whoops is so difficult, and he just had to do what he could to try to learn as quick as he could, and you can't fast track that.
The Kawasaki rider really does need to get those whoops sorted if he wants to stay up towards that pointy end of the field.
He's raced motocross his whole life, so going into the stadiums, it's a lot more tighter racing, you know, a lot more people banging bars, and I think it's just more experience, more race time, you know, more racecraft coming into it.
You've got some harsh lessons to learn and some serious price to pay sooner or later, and that's what we saw with Haruki at Newcastle.
Defending a championship gets harder and harder and harder.
Justin Brayton is the new Australian
2018 SX1 champion is Justin Brayton!
Brayton will win a 4th straight Australian crown.
And when you do 4 of them, you continue to get more of a target on your back, which is expected.
Used to being here in Australia and dominating.
Same third on this timing. What the hell?
Expects to win.
It's all about points. It's going to take it into the final round.
I don't want to leave and not get the job done, you know? Like if I'm going to leave them at home, Dad needs to do the work and be here for a reason.